Beginner's Guide to Sports Betting, learn the basics and start smart. Welcome to our Beginner's Guide to Sports Betting. If you're curious about how it works but feel overwhelmed by the jargon or unclear on where to start, don't worry, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll break it all down for you, step by step. By the end, you'll understand not only the basics of sports betting but also how to make smarter and more informed choices. Remember, sports betting can be thrilling and enjoyable when done responsibly. So, whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just exploring a new hobby, let's jump in and uncover the fundamentals of sports betting. Let's start simple. What is sports betting? Sports betting is the practice of predicting the outcome of a sporting event and placing a wager on that outcome. Whether it's football, basketball, tennis, or any other sport, the concept is the same. You're betting money on what you think will happen. But, how does it really work? Sports betting is built around odds. These odds don't just determine how much you could win, they also reflect the likelihood of a particular event happening. For example, if the odds heavily favor Team A to win, it might mean that Team A has been dominating the competition lately. Odds might seem confusing at first, but once you know the basics, it's not so bad. Essentially, odds are just numbers assigned to different outcomes of a sporting event. They answer two key questions. How likely is this outcome to happen? How much money can I win? Odds come in three common formats. American odds, plus 150 or minus 150. The plus sign indicates potential profits on a $100 bet, while the minus sign shows how much you must bet to win $100. Decimal odds, e.g., 2.50. Simply multiply your wager by the decimal to calculate your payout. Fractional odds, e.g., 5-2. A traditional format, often used in horse racing. These show your profit relative to your stake. Let's say you bet $10 at plus 200 odds. If you win, you'll receive $20 in profit plus your $10 original bet back, for a total of $30. Understanding odds is essential because they influence every single bet you make. One of the most exciting aspects of sports betting is the variety of betting options available. Here are the three most common bet types for beginners. This is the simplest kind of bet. You're just picking which team or player will win. If your chosen side wins, you win the bet. For example, in a basketball game, you could bet on Team A to beat Team B, whether the margin of victory is 1 point or 20, your payout is the same. With point spread betting, it's not just about who wins, but by how much. Bookmakers might set the line at Team A minus 7, which means Team A needs to win by more than 7 points for you to cash in. Conversely, betting on Team B plus 7 means they can win outright or lose by less than 7 points, and you'd still win the bet. This type of bet focuses on the total score of the game, not the winner. The sportsbook will set a number, like 50 points in an NFL game. You then bet on whether the total combined score of both teams will be over or under that number. It's a great way to stay engaged if you don't have a strong preference for either team. While the three bets we just discussed are the most common for beginners, there are a few other types that you might encounter. Parlays, a bet that combines multiple wagers. To win, every pick in your parlay must be correct. Prop bets, these focus on events within the game, like which player will score first or how many three-pointers a basketball team hits. Futures, bets placed on events further down the road, such as who will win the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals. While these bets can be fun, they're often trickier and riskier, so it's best to stick with the basics when starting out. Now that you know the types of bets, how do you decide where to put your money? This is where game analysis comes into play. While there's never a guaranteed way to win, doing your homework improves your odds of success. Review team performance, player statistics, and injury reports. Looking at recent games can help you spot patterns. For example, is a football team on a winning streak? Has the star player been sidelined due to an injury? Don't overlook external influences like weather conditions or whether the game is being played at home or away. In certain sports, like football, a rainy day can significantly affect scoring and gameplay. Pay attention to betting trends as well. If a large number of bettors are favoring a particular team, it could be worth exploring why. Since odds makers adjust lines based on public opinion, understanding the crowd's behavior can help you spot value in less popular bets. This part of the video might not sound as thrilling, but trust us, it's one of the most important aspects of sports betting. Bankroll management is the practice of setting a budget for your bets and sticking to it. Start by deciding how much money you're comfortable wagering. This is your bankroll. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. A general rule of thumb is to limit each bet to 1% to 2% of your overall bankroll. For instance, with a $500 bankroll, your bets should stay in the $5 to $10 range. The key is treating sports betting as entertainment, not a source of income. Emotional betting, like chasing losses or doubling down after a bad day, leads to risky and often poor decisions. Remember, not every bet will be a win, but consistency and discipline will keep you in the game longer. As beginners, it's easy to fall into some common traps. Let's quickly cover a few mistakes to steer clear of. Blindly betting on a team because it's your favorite or going with a gut feeling sounds tempting but rarely pays off. Always do your research. Losing streaks happen. Trying to recover your losses by placing larger bets is a surefire way to burn through your bankroll. Don't always go for the safe bet, without considering if the odds provide good value. Sometimes the underdog has a better chance than the odds suggest, offering a greater return. It's exciting, but placing too many bets at once can drain your budget quickly. Focus on a few well-researched wagers instead of overwhelming yourself. Sports betting is meant to be fun, not stressful. To ensure it remains an enjoyable activity, here are some final reminders. Set limits. Decide beforehand how much time and money you're willing to invest in gambling. Avoid emotional decisions. Never bet when you're upset, stressed, or under the influence of alcohol. Take breaks. If betting stops being fun or starts feeling like a necessity, take a step back. Understand the risks. There are no guarantees in betting. Treat any losses as the cost of entertainment. The golden rule is to bet responsibly and never wager more than you can afford to lose. By now, you should have a solid understanding of how sports betting works. We've covered the basics of odds, explored popular bet types like moneyline, spread, and totals, and touched on tips to analyze games and manage your bankroll. Remember, success in sports betting comes from a mix of knowledge, strategy, and discipline. Begin small, enjoy the thrill, and learn as you go. If you enjoyed this guide and want more insights into sports betting, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and drop any questions in the comments below. We're here to help you make smarter bets while keeping it fun and responsible. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your betting journey.